My name's Rona.
Rona, would you like you'd like to talk to us about the
pear and cardamom pop.
and what would you like to say about it?
It was delicious, really delicious, and surprisingly elegant, I'd say, and a good grown-up pop as an alternative to booze when you've got to drive. Excellent choice.
You're testing out some Dunoon Goes Pop.
Yes.
Which one have you got, Joe?
I got the rhubarb and custard, and I've just tried it. I'm going to try it again and do an expression. Oh, delicious. It's just how my mother used to make. Or was it my grandmother?
Ooh, custard.
Just like a nice dance on your tongue, you know. I would drink that again. And it wasn't too
A
sweet.
dance on the tongue.
Yeah, kind of like a gentle waltz, I would say.
Nice to have that. This is raspberry, blueberry, and honey by. Yes, indeed, raspberry blueberry by Dunoon Goes Pop. Excellent. I'll just taste this for you.
Oh, hi, Grace.
All of the above.
The research that we've done for Dunoon Goes Pop is the culmination of a few different things that we've been looking at. One is just how you develop flavours, and one of the things that we've been trying to do is develop flavours around person-centred narratives, so people of place, pop, and what we've been doing is identifying people from the local area who we think are interesting or underrepresented.
Once we've kind of explored the different heritage stories and found our potential characters to kind of base these narratives on, the other thing we had to look at was the different flavours and how they would be associated with characters. Now, with something like George Sterling, you've obviously got ginger beer, and that was a nice easy match, and that really played well with the development of the process and looking at fermentation. That story of everyone's grandma had a jar of ginger beer on their windowsill. But what we also needed to do was think about our other characters and what flavours went along with them.
As we've been pulling together all these things, Walter has been producing drawings and character illustrations that really start to encompass all of the threads of the visual research. So hopefully by the end of this, we've now got a sort of brand proposition which is centred on creating sort of flavours from the stories of people and creating accompanying artwork that is all centres on those characters too. And I think that's a really interesting and hopefully an effective way of engaging people with both the drinks but also the story around pop.
We've also honed in more on those individual syrups, so we've done kind of tested the flavours and also the syrups mixed with different things as well, with different people. So we've had groups of kids coming in, looking at all the different ingredients and talking through the process of how you make something like cola from this kind of mixture of different ingredients.
Part of the research that we've been doing is really looking at ingredients and where some of the ingredients came from. Pop was very much a product of empire, so you have ingredients coming into Scotland that were sourced from all parts of the globe, from vanilla, to sugar, to more fragrant things like cinnamon and cardamom even that goes into pop. So we've been looking at where those ingredients come from, and also just now in a contemporary context, what are the environmental impacts of sourcing those ingredients today, to inform how we take the idea of an ethical and socially responsible brand forward. We've been really lucky in that we've now got a shop on a main street in Dunoon, and we've been exhibiting the work that Walter's produced in that shop, and we've got a screen display that really showcases all of the research, so people can come and see the work and start to understand a bit more about the brand proposition and the idea behind Dunoon Goes Pop.